2014, a young German tourist vanished into thin air, leaving behind a trail of mystery that would captivate millions. This is the story of Lars Mittank, the man who became YouTube's most famous missing person. Lars was just 28 years old, enjoying a carefree vacation with friends on the Bulgarian coast. Athletic, healthy, and full of life, he seemed an unlikely candidate for one of the internet's most enduring mysteries. But a series of strange events would soon spiral into a disappearance that continues to baffle investigators and amateur sleuths alike. It all began with a seemingly minor incident at a local bar. Scuffle broke out, leaving Lars with a ruptured eardrum. Doctors advised him not to fly and prescribed antibiotics. From that moment on, Lars's behavior took a sharp and inexplicable turn. Friends reported that Lars grew increasingly paranoid and agitated. He began making frantic phone calls to his mother back in Germany, insisting that he was being followed by shadowy figures. "Mom, they're after me," he pleaded, begging her to cancel his credit cards and bank accounts. Those close to him were baffled by this sudden change in demeanor. The once carefree tourist now seemed consumed by an invisible threat, but nothing could prepare anyone for what happened next. On July 8, 2014, security cameras at Varna Airport captured footage that would soon be viewed by millions around the world. The grainy video shows Lars pacing nervously in the terminal, his eyes darting back and forth. Suddenly, without warning, he bolts. You see Lars sprint through the airport, weaving past bewildered travelers. He drops his luggage, pushes past security, and bursts through the exit doors. The last glimpse of Lars Mittank shows him running across the parking lot and disappearing into the surrounding fields. Those 30 seconds of footage would become the cornerstone of one of YouTube's most viral true crime mysteries. In the years since Lars vanished, countless theories have emerged to explain his bizarre behavior and sudden disappearance. Some believe he suffered a severe mental health crisis, possibly triggered by his medication or the trauma of his injury. The paranoia, confusion, and erratic actions could point to a psychotic break. Others suspect more sinister forces at play. Could Lars have stumbled upon something he wasn't meant to see? Was he really being pursued by dangerous individuals? The fact that he hasn't been seen or heard from since that day lends credence to the possibility of foul play. As the case gained traction online, armchair detectives pored over every detail. They analyzed Lars's final text messages, scrutinized the airport footage frame by frame, and even organized searches of the Bulgarian countryside. But despite years of effort, Lars Mittank's whereabouts remain a mystery. The impact of Lars's disappearance extends far beyond the realm of true crime enthusiasts. His family continues to hold out hope, never giving up on the possibility that Lars might one day return home. His mother's heartbreaking pleas for information have touched millions around the world. Lars Mittank's story serves as a stark reminder of how quickly a life can unravel, and how easily a person can vanish in our modern, interconnected world. It raises uncomfortable questions about mental health, the vulnerabilities we all face when traveling abroad, and the sometimes blurry line between paranoia and genuine danger. As the years pass, interest in Lars's case shows no signs of waning. New videos, podcasts, and online discussions continue to dissect every aspect of his final days in Bulgaria. Each piece of content brings a fresh wave of theories, debates, and calls for renewed investigation. The surveillance footage of Lars's frantic dash through the airport has become iconic in true crime circles. Those fleeting moments, a young man in obvious distress, making a desperate bid for what? Safety, freedom, escape from unseen pursuers, continue to haunt viewers. It's a visual representation of the larger mystery. A few seconds that encapsulate years of questions. But beyond the viral clips and online speculation, there's a very human story at the heart of this mystery. Lars Mittank was not just a subject for internet sleuths or true crime aficionados. He was a son, a friend, a young man with his whole life ahead of him. His disappearance left a void in the lives of those who knew and loved him. The case also shines a light on the power and pitfalls of internet-driven investigations. While the online community has kept Lars's story alive and generated valuable leads, it has also been a breeding ground for wild speculation and sometimes harmful conspiracy theories. The line between genuine concern and morbid fascination can often blur in the world of true crime content. As time passes, the likelihood of finding concrete answers in Lars's case grows slimmer. Yet the mystery continues to captivate new audiences. Each share, each view, each comment represents someone else drawn into the orbit of this perplexing disappearance. In a sense, Lars Mittank has become more than just a missing person. He's become a symbol of the unexplained, a reminder of how fragile our sense of security can be. The story of Lars Mittank forces us to confront uncomfortable truths. How well do we really know the people in our lives? How quickly can a seemingly normal situation spiral out of control? Perhaps most disturbingly, could something like this happen to any one of us? As we reflect on Lars's case, we're left with more questions than answers. Was he running from real danger or fleeing the demons in his own mind? Did he meet with foul play in those Bulgarian fields? Or is he out there somewhere, living a new life under a new identity? Will his family ever get the closure they so desperately seek? The mystery of Lars Mittank serves as a modern-day cautionary tale, a digital-age ghost story that continues to haunt and fascinate in equal measure. It's a reminder that in our world of constant surveillance and interconnectivity, it's still possible for a person to simply vanish. As this video comes to a close, we invite you to share your thoughts. What do you think happened to Lars Mittank? You believe he'll ever be found? And what does his story tell us about the nature of mystery in our modern world? Leave your theories in the comments below, and remember, sometimes the most baffling mysteries are the ones that happen to ordinary people on ordinary days. The case of Lars Mittank remains open, his fate unknown. But as long as people continue to watch, share, and discuss his story, Lars will never truly be forgotten. He lives on in the collective curiosity of millions, a perpetual question mark in the annals of true crime. And perhaps, someday, those questions will finally be answered. Please subscribe to my channel for weekly news stories.